Healthcare systems are complex and there are many things to know about healthcare system. These are hospital system, patient care, insurance, healthcare providers and legal issues related to healthcare system. This tutorial will help you lear- learn about international health and you will understand the international health system under the United Nations. It will also help you in your career in the field of healthcare. So before discussing briefly, we will know first about the international health. International health is also called geographic medicine. According to Paul Russell, nothing is more international than a disease. It is a field of healthcare, usually the emphasis towards public health, dealing with health across regional or international boundaries. Now we will discuss some backgrounds like disease in any part of the world is a threat to other countries. Latest example you can take corona. It spreads from China to all over the world. So we can say health and disease has no political boundaries. Basically history replete with spread of disease along with trade routes. Example you can take plague and cholera. In order to protect spread of disease, attempts had been made by rulers to place barriers against infection by detection and isolation of travelers. In 14th century, a procedure quarantine was introduced in Europe to protect importation of disease. Example 40-day quarantine program in Europe because of plague. But long period quarantine caused inconvenience for international trade and travelers. Quarantine failed because of lack of scientific knowledge, so it became necessary for international agreement and cooperation on quarantine matters to control communicable diseases. Next, we will know about United Nations. The United Nations was established on 24th October 1945 by 51 countries. The name United Nations was devised by the United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Today, 189 nations are the member of United Nations. The it is not a world government and it does not make laws. The United Nations has six main organs. These are the General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, Trusteeship Council, and the United Nations Secretariat. They are based at New York, while the International Court of Justice is located at Netherlands. Through United Nations efforts, governments have concluded hundreds of multilateral agreements that make the world a safer. Next, we will discuss the birth of the World Health Organization. It was born on 7th April 1948. On that day, its constitution came into force. That's why this day we celebrate as World Health Organization. That time chairman was Rene San. It was a separate and specialized non-political health agency of United Nations. The headquarters is Geneva, Switzerland. It is a part of United Nations, but it is not the subordinate to it. It is unique among the United Nations specialized agencies that it has own constitution, government bodies, members and budget. Each member contributes to the budget and thus entitled to its services and also has a right to vote. It is open to all countries. Most nations are members of United Nations and WHO. But only Switzerland is the member, only WHO is. WHO. Switzerland is not the member of United Nations. In 1948, 56 members were there, but now 194 members are there. Next, we will discuss the objectives of WHO. According to WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being and not merely absence of disease or infirmity. The enjoyment of highest attainable standard of health is one of the fundamental rights to every human being without distinction of race, religion, political belief, economic and social conditions. Attainment by all peoples of the highest level of health. So the current objectives are attainment by all the people of the world a level of health that will permit them to lead a socially and economically productive life, and to improve equity in health, reduce risk, promote healthy lifestyles and settings, and respond to the underlying determinants of health. Next, we will discuss the functions of WHO. First is prevention and control of specific diseases like communicable diseases and non-communicable diseases. Non-communicable diseases like cancer, diabetes, uh, cardiovascular disease, mental disorders, drug addictions, and epidemiological surveillance of communicable diseases. Communicable diseases like tuberculosis, corona, etc. Next is development of comprehensive health services. Its function is to promote and support development of national health policy and national health programs, and organizing the health system based on primary health care, development of health manpower, and building of long-term national capabilities. Next is family health. The major program activities of WHO is family health. It is enforced since it enforced since 1970. It is subdivided into maternal and child health care, human reproduction, nutrition, and health education. Chief concern of this program is um, uh, improvement of the quality of life of the family as a unit. Next is environmental health. WHO is the advisory to government related to sanitation services, detection of new hazards from new technological developments, and the health conditions they work for it, and they also advise about the protection of quality of air, water, and food. Next, we will discuss the health statistics. It is since 1947, morbidity and mortality statistics are published in weekly epidemiological records, World Health Statistics quarterly, World Health Statistics annual. Statistics from different countries should be comparable. Um, WHO publishes international classification of diseases also. Assistance is provided to countries to improve their medical records and help in planning and operational operation of National Health International Information Services. Next, we will discuss the biomedical research. WHO stimulates and coordinates for research work. They promote research by giving WHO awards grants to researchers and research institutions. Next is health literature and information. There is a library, WHO Library, Satellite Center for Medical Literature Analysis and Retrieval System. The library is only fully computerized indexing system covering the whole of medicine on an international basis. And the last function of WHO is cooperation with other organizations. WHO collaborates with United Nations and other specialized agencies. It maintains working relationships with a number of international government organizations. Next, we will discuss about the slogans which WHO decides and WHO takes in last 10 years. In 2011, it was the slogan was antimicrobial resistance no action today, no cure tomorrow. Then 2012, it was aging and health, good health adds lives to years. Then 2013, the slogan was control your blood pressure. They was working that time on blood pressure. Then 2014, small bites, big threats. Then 2015, it was how safe is your food. That time they worked over the focus of WHO was food and food safety. Then 2016, the slogan was beat diabetes. They was working on diabetes. Then 2017, depression, let's talk. That time they was working on mental health. Then 2018, universal health coverage, health for all. In 2019, the slogan was again health for all. And 2020, support nurses and midwives. As you all know, in 2020, corona spreads all over the world, and nurses and other medical staffs like doctors and other supportive staffs, they are working and they are fighting with corona to save the human lives. And many news you must have heard that they are facing misbehaves. That's why WHO states their slogan as support nurses and midwives. Next, we will discuss about other agencies under United Nations. These are UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Next, UNDP, the United Nations Development Program. Then ILO, the International Labour Organization, and World Bank. We will discuss briefly now. First is United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. It is a specialized agency of United Nations. It was established in 1946, and the objective of this organization is to deal with rehabilitation of children in war-ravaged countries. Headquarter is New York. It is now 30 nations executive board of this organization. Now, United Nations Children Funds works with collaboration with previously it was the name of this organization United Nations Children's Fund. Then it was revised as United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. They works in collaboration with WHO, UNDP, FAO. Previous year, they were working with WHO in some urgent problems like malaria, TB, etc. Currently, their focus is only the whole child. Services provided by these organizations are child health, child nutrition, family and child welfare, child formal and non-formal education. Under the child health, they provide aid for the production of vaccines and sera. They assisted environmental sanitation programs for safe and sufficient water for drinking and household work. They are providing primary health care, mother and children, like example, immunization, infant and young child care, family planning, safe water and adequate sanitation. And they communicate the local community and in the relate in the for planning personal and material support also. Next is child nutrition. Since 1950, they are working uh, for low cost protein rich food along with FAO, food agricultural organizations began applied nutrition. Example, agriculture expansion helped population to grow and eat food for better nutrition. They supplied they are supplying equipments for modern dairy plant to various countries. They work with the provision on iron and folic acid to combat anemia. They they work they make the idea to enrichment of salt with iodine in religions with endemic goiter. Next is family and child welfare. They are working to improve the care of children both within and outside their homes by giving parent education, opening daycare centers, child welfare and youth agencies and women club for training. And the last is education, formal and non-formal. Currently, they are working on child education with collaborating different agencies who works in education. Currently, GOBI campaign is being promoted to encourage the strategy Child Health Revolution. GOBI refers G for growth monitoring, which could help mothers to prevent most child malnutrition before it begins. O for oral dehydration, which could save more than 4 million young children who now die each year for diarrheal dehydration. And B for breastfeeding, which can ensure that infants have the best possible food and a considerable degree of immunity from common infections during the first 6 months of life. And the I for immunization, which can protect a child against measles, diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, tuberculosis, and polio. Next, we will discuss about the Food and Agriculture Organization. It was established in 1945. Objective of this program is raising food production and ensuring this organization is raising food production and ensuring adequate food availability in the face of increasing population. It pays special attention to the rural areas where it aims at increasing the efficiency of farming. Mm, Chief aims are to raise the living standards, improve nutrition, increase efficiency of farming, forestry, fisheries, and to better the living conditions of rural people, thus, thus widening the opportunity for all to indulge in productive work. Now we will discuss about the United Nations Development Program UNDP. It was established in 1966. Objectives is to strengthen natural and human resources for national development. UNDP has generally served as a central planning, funding and coordinating agency for technical cooperation and operational activities related to development in India on behalf on the entire UN system. The main source of the funds for technical assistance helps poorer nations develop their human and natural resources. Next, we will discuss the International Labour Organization ILO. It was established in 1919. Objective of this organization is to improve the working and living conditions of workers in different countries. The ILO has framed an international labor code prescribing minimum standards for health and welfare of workers and other working and living conditions. It is working. It works as an affiliate to the League of Nations to improve the living and working conditions of the working class. Its purpose was to establish peace, improve international action, labor conditions, and the living standards to promote economic and social stability. Next, we will discuss about the World Bank. You all may have heard about the World Bank. It was established in 1944. Objective is to raise the standard of living in the less development countries. It gives loan for projects that are aimed at economic growth. The World Bank is owned by 183 number of countries. it governed by the board of directors, funds project concerned with electricity, electric power, roads, railways, health, agriculture, family planning, etc. Now we will discuss the present international health conditions. We all know we need to realize that the health is an investment in the future. Countries invest heavily in protecting their people from terrorist attack, but not against the attack of a virus, which could be far from more deadly and far more damaging economically and socially. A pandemic could bring economics and nations to their knees. Like you may have, we are facing the corona in this situation. In this International Year of the Nurse and the Midwives, World Health Day will highlight the current um, status of nursing and around the world. WHO and its partners will make a series of recommendations to strengthen of the nursing and midwifery workforce. Nurses and other health workers are the forefront of COVID-19 response, providing high quality, respectful treatment and care, leading community dialogues to address fears and questions, and in some instances, collecting data for clinical studies. Quite simply, without nurses, would be no response. As a new year and a new decade kickoff, WHO is releasing a list of urgent global health challenges. This list, developed with input from our experts around the world, reflects a deep concern that leaders are failing to invest enough resources in core health priorities and systems. This puts livelihoods and economic in. None of these issues are simple to address, but they are within reach. Public health is ultimately a political choice. We need to realize that all the challenges in the list have this is demand of response for more than just the health sector. We face shared threats and we have shared responsibility to act within the deadlines for the 2030 sustainable development goals. Quickly approaching, the United Nations General Assembly has underscored that the next 10 years must be decade of action. We need support on World Health Day to ensure that the health workforces are strong enough to ensure that everyone, everywhere gets the healthcare they need it. Thanks for watching.